Hello kids, hope you all are fine. Today in this video we are going to learn about angles, triangles and circles. What are angles? When two rays meet at a point, they form an angle. Like here in this figure you can see that two rays are joining at this point. This is forming an angle. There are many examples in our life which shows angles. For example, when a book is open, that open book makes an angle as you can see here, right? Opening of door, corners of wall or your board or your bed or your pencil box. Everything has an angle. For example, if I keep my pencil and this pen like this is also making an angle. So this vertex is making an angle, right? So a figure formed by joining two rays, any two rays at their initial point here is called an angle. An angle has two rays, means they are called the arms. The point where two rays meet is called the vertex. Let's draw an angle. An angle can be small or big. I am naming this angle as AOB, right? So, kids, do you know this symbol of angle is this? Angle AOB. It can be said as angle BOA also, because there is no starting and ending point, there is one meeting point. So it can be named either AOB or BOA. Okay? It has arms and that is called rays. Arms or rays are OA and OB. Why I am naming it as OA and OB? Because O is the starting point. Because there is an arrow. So it will come afterwards. We cannot say BO. No. OA and OB are the arms. Right? So the angle is formed at O because it is a meeting point. Vertex. Every angle has a vertex. Here the vertex is O. Vertex is the meeting point. Right? Remember that an angle is denoted as this symbol and the angles are always written in capital letters, right? Always in capital letters. This angle can also be written as or angle O, because at O the angle is formed. So it can be either AOB, BOA or angle O only also can be written. Got it? Now, if I put a point in between here and I write it as T, so this is in the interior of the angle. And if I write here M, this is the exterior of the angle because it is outside. It's called exterior. It is inside. It is called interior. So T point is in the interior of the angle and M is in the exterior of the angle. Got it? Kids, there are three types of triangles on the basis of sides. That is equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle and scalene triangle. That is triangles on the basis of sides. On the basis of angles you will do in next class. So there are three type of triangles. That is, first is equilateral, triangle. Then next is isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. And then the last is scalene triangle. Right? Equilateral triangle has all sides equal. Equi means equal. Lateral means side. Equi means equal. Lateral means side, means which has all the sides with equal length. All the three sides with equal length. Isosceles, which has two sides. Any two sides with equal length. Scalene triangle, no sides are equal. Means it has all sides with different length. Remember this. So here is an example. AB, BC, CD, CA. These are three sides of a triangle ABC. In this we can see that AB is equal to 4 centimeter, BC also 4 centimeter, CA also 4 centimeter. So this is, in this all sides are equal. It is an equilateral triangle. In this AB is equal to BC, BC is equal to CA. Then next is PQR. PQ is 5 centimeter, PR is 5 centimeter and QR is 7 centimeter. As you can see, PQ and PR both are equal, but QR is different. So two sides are equal, means isosceles triangle. In which two sides are equal, it is called isosceles triangle. Next is triangle XYZ. XY is 3, YZ is 6 and ZX is 5. In this all sides are different. Kids, this sign means equal, not equal to. So in this all the sides have different length. It means this is an scalene triangle. Let's understand about circles. We know what is circle. We know this shape from many years, right? Circle shapes are clock, coin, wheel, bangle. These are circle shapes. Circle has no corner, right? It is not made up of line segment. Okay, let us know about it and its parts. A circle has a center. Whenever it is drawn, every circle has a center point. From this center point, all the lengths are equal. It is, here I have drawn a circle. Suppose it is center point. So from here, every length will be equal. Okay, center point means which is in the center, in the mid. It can be named any, either O, A, B, whatever you want. And if it is mentioned in the question, then you have to mention the same. A line segment from the center of the circle to any on the circle is called radius. Means these lines which I have drawn, this, suppose I have named it as O. As O, if I draw a line, it is O and I have named it as. So this here OA is the radius. OA is the radius. Means any line from the center to the circle. From the center to the circle is called the radius. Any line from any side. Suppose I am making another circle. I am P and T. So this PT is the radius, right? Then is, a circle has infinite radii and all radii are equal. Any line from the center to the circle will always be equal. Like here in this figure, OD, OA, OC, OB. These all are equal. A line segment with its end point on the circle is called its chord. A line segment with its end point on the circle. Likewise, center point is here. End points on the circle. So this is the chord. A, B. AB is the chord. It does not go through the center point. Remember beta, that chord never passes through the center point. When a line passes through the center point, it is xy. Xy is the diameter. Xy is the diameter. Difference between chord and diameter is both. Similarity is both of them passes from the circle to the circle. This is also passing from the circle to the circle. The only difference is that chord never passes through the center point and diameter always passes through the center point. If a line which is not passing through the center point is called chord, and a line passing through the center point from anywhere from the circle but through the center point is called the diameter, right? Diameter also infinite. We can draw infinite number of diameter in a circle. Let us read it. The chord which passes through the center of the circle and divides the circle into two equal halves is called the diameter. Means diameter is also a chord. Why? Diameter is also a chord because it is goes from the circle to the circle. But a chord is not a diameter because it does not go through the center point. Right? Then is circumference. What is circumference? Circumference is the outer boundary of the circle is called circumference. The length. Suppose you are starting to measure the circle, you will put a we can measure the circle with a thread or a we cannot measure it with the scale. Only a thread can be used or ribbon can be used. So if you put your ribbon or a thread here and you start measuring it from throughout the circle, you will get its circumference. We will not get the length, we get its circumference. The boundary of the circle is called circumference. Now, relationship between radius and diameter. I have just told you that a line going from the center to the circle is called radius, and a line going from the circle to the circle through center point is called diameter. Right? Here is O, it is A, it is B. With the help of this picture, OA is equal to OB, that is the radius, right? OA, OB, they are radius. But if I join OA and OB will be the diameter, right? Because OA plus OB is the diameter, means two radius, one radius and second radius. Two radius makes a diameter. Got it? We can say that radius is half of diameter and twice of radius is one diameter. Their relation is that diameter is twice of radius and radius is half of diameter. Means we can say radius is equal to half of diameter, or we can say the diameter is twice of radius. Fine. So this is the relation between two. Now let's take some examples. Examples are, if the radius is 6 what will be the diameter? It will be double. 6 plus 6, or you can say 6 2s are 12. So 12 will be the diameter. If the diameter is 36, what will be the radius? Half of it. So that is 18. Got it? So means if we need to find diameter with the help of radius, we will double the radius. If we need to find the diameter of the circle with the help of radius, then we will double the radius. Got it? Now, let us understand how to draw circle with the help of compass. We know how to draw a circle with using bangle or a coin, but how to draw a circle with the help of compass? Let's understand. Kids, let us understand how to draw a circle with the help of compass. Now here I have a sharpened pencil with compass. Remember, always take a sharpened pencil which have small length than the compass. Never take a longer pencil. Now, first of all, we will place the pencil in the compass and we will make sure that the needle of the compass and the pencil is equal. You should always keep it on a plain surface and then tight the rim. Now, as we can see, it is equal. The tip of the pencil and the compass, they all both are equal. Then make sure that it is tight. Now, we have to measure that how much we need to make the line. So we will keep our compass on 0 point of the scale, and then suppose I am going to make a circle with radius 5 cm. So I'll open my compass till 5. I have kept the needle of the compass on 0 and opened the compass till 5. Right, everyone? Make sure that your measurement is correct. If your measurement is not correct, your circle will not be the same size. As we can see, it is exactly 5 cm. Now after measuring it, I'll keep the compass on the notebook and then start drawing the circle. Rotating the compass. Don't forget that you have to keep this needle of the compass at a fixed place. This should not move. Only your pencil should move in a circular direction, right? Now kids, focus here on this point. This is your center point. You will just mark this with the pencil, that is center point, right? Now let us measure that either my radius is correct or not. How we will measure? We will join the center point with the circle. First of all, join it with the scale and then we will measure. You can join in any direction, either straight or standing or slanting, but it should be from the center to the circle. Now let's measure. We will start on 0 and then check. Nice. As we can see that 5 point is coming on the circle and 0 is on the center. So this means that the circle is accurate. Got it? So this is the circle with radius 5 cm. Now we can write there. Just mention the center as O or any as you want. And here A. So here OA is the radius, that is 5 cm. This is a circle with center O and OA is the radius with 5 cm. Got it? I am repeating the points. Make sure that your pencil is sharpened. Make sure that your pencil is smaller than the compass. While drawing a circle, place your compass at a fixed point. It should not move. The needle of the compass should not move. You have to move the compass in a circular motion. Make sure that the pencil is fixed, and then you will get the required circle with the required radius. Got the point, kids? So this is the way. Keep practicing and take care of yourself. Thank you.